Hello, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about the Northern Raccoon. Credits to the person who took the picture down here. Anyway, instead of doing the long form content that I wanted to do and pushing this video off more and more because I don't have the softwares to do it after getting fully set up, we're going to go ahead and hop in and do this video the way I normally do it. And we'll get there doing full-term, long-term content on YouTube or on the Red Play Button app and here as much as I can when I can. For now, we're going to stick to what we know do and do best. So let's hop straight into this and go talking about the Northern Raccoon, or Procyon lotor. Originating from Latin, the word Procyon means before dog, referring to the position in the night sky near the, I think it's Canis Minor constellations. And lotor means washer, as in like the reflecting on how it washes its food to eat and stuff. Also, I gotta mention it. Other names for the Northern Raccoon that most people call trash pandas, based on their urban scavenging habits. The raccoon belongs to the Procyon. I'm so disappointed in myself for butchering that word. Procyon family, which also includes other arboreal species like the kinkajous and codes or codus, depending on what form of English you may speak. There is a thing that people believe they're closely related to red pandas. There is not enough evidence to back that, so that's just, if you hear that, it's not entirely true. Raccoons thrive in diverse habitats, including deciduous and mixed forests, so very dense or not dense forests, riverbanks, swamps, urban parks, suburban backyards. Basically, if there's a water source and there's food, they adapt to the environment with minimal natural resources. They are literally the definition of scavengers. They are intelligent. They know how to open containers to get their food. They make sure they have water to wash it, to drink. Typically, if it's a small city like a suburb or anything like that, or like a small town, city, village, you're going to find them. That's where they thrive. Males are genuinely larger than females. The weight does vary based upon season, because it's harder to find food in the winter if it's like really bad weather. Individuals typically tend to be the heaviest in fall because that's when they're going to be storing food for winter. They normally average weight about 5 to 36 kilograms or 11 to 57 pounds, and they're about 40 to 7 centimeters long, or 15 to 16, like in the middle there, to 27, 28 pounds. Again, in the middle, it's like, I think that's 15.7 and 27.5. So in that range. Obviously, distinctive markings are the black mask. Again, trash panda. This is actually thought to reduce the glare. This to allow them to enhance their night vision, because they have natural night vision to see in the dark. Because they are technically nocturnal creatures, despite the fact that you can see them out basically any time. They also have ringed tails, which is believed to be a form of camouflage in woodland settings. Because, I mean, look at them. They blend in so well. They're adorable. Anyway, they have dexterous paws. Raccoons' paws have this highly, like, sensitive tactile receptors, giving them excellent grip and the ability to manipulate complex objects like opening jars. This skill does help them with like foraging and opening locks, trash can lids, so on and so forth. They are just very smart creatures and can do a lot of crazy things with their paws. They're also excellent climbers. Like I mentioned before, they are nocturnal. They are mostly active at night. Raccoons may forage during the day in urban areas when human activity provides access to easy foods. Like if we're up and about, we're throwing waste out, stuff like that, they're going to be there. If they feed better in the day, they're going to be up during the day. They are omnivores. They do consume a wide variety of things, including seasonal fruits, berries, nuts, invertebrates like crayfish and insects. And I will tell you right off the bat, if you do live inland, it does not mean you do not have crayfish, because you most likely do. If you go to a river or a creek or a lake and there's little holes dug into the ground, there's a huge chance that there's a crayfish in there, because that's where they go over when it's dry, or during the winter when they're resting, so on and so forth like that. They do also eat other small animals, human leftovers. Their adaptability in their diet is like the reason why they thrive. They are not endangered in any way, shape, or form. They are least concern because they thrive so well. They're excellent creatures when it comes to what they can eat and digest. When it comes to foraging skills, their behavior of washing food is actually observed in captivity and in the wild. Uh, we don't technically know why they do it. We just assume it's to clean the food or heighten tactile sensation by wetting their paws. That tactile sensation being like a reference back to when I mentioned their dexterous paws. It gives them their grip. They know how tight to hold something. They know what direction things move to open lids, so on and so forth. Raccoons actually rank severely high on the animal intelligence scale. Pardon the little jump in video. I was trying to change the picture, but for some reason the app won't let me, so we'll just stick to this one. Excuse me. Studies also, they have done studies on these guys to prove that they can do puzzles, and they remember the solutions for years. I would learn the solution to a puzzle and forget it immediately. My brain gets rid of everything to have random facts about random things. Puzzles, passwords, and all that, out the window. Anyway, they also can adapt their strategies to how they do stuff based upon their environmental changes. They are typically solitary, but they do also live in small groups. Adult raccoons tend to be more solitary, but mothers will travel with their young in urban environments. They also may share dens temporarily if necessary for survival. Range depends on resources available. They will move if they need to. In rural areas, they may roam several miles because of dense food supplies, but they tend to live around a certain area, but they will travel ways out of their ways for food and so on and so forth. When it comes to their reproduction cycles, their breeding season is actually between January to March in the colder regions, and slightly into the earlier climates where males will roam extensively during this time to find mates. After mating, females will carry their young for about a little over 2 months, 63 to 65 days, before giving birth in a den, such as a hollow tree, burrow, or attic. This is why most of the time they can be found in attics and stuff, and they typically found with young because they just had a litter. Litter size normally consists of anywhere from 2 to 5 kits, though some can have up to 7. Survival rate depends on the predators, food available, weather conditions, so on and so forth. That's why they do tend to do like attics and stuff, because it's safer. Kits are born blind like most mammals. They are helpless. They do rely on their mother for basically everything. After about 3 weeks, kits will open their eyes and begin foraging with their mother at around 8 weeks, before typically leaving the coop and going on their own way. But they've been spotted with their parents for like up to a year, which is really long in most cases. When it comes to adaptations, climbing abilities, they have really strong claws and flexible hind legs, allowing them to climb down trees head first, which is almost impossible for most creatures. They can actually do this because their hind legs rotate a full 180 degrees. Imagine taking your leg and putting it almost all the way behind you. They use this for trees, for escaping or nesting, so on and so forth. They are extremely strong swimmers. They use water bodies for hunting aquatic prey and invading predators. Basically, they can float using their skin. They actually don't truly hibernate. They enter a state of reduced activity in colder months that allow them to sleep for extended periods. Unfortunately, raccoons do carry rabies, or can carry rabies, and also raccoon roundworm, or Balasacarius procinius, which can be dangerous if ingested by humans. So that's why they typically are not able to be pets, and they tell you to leave them alone. But you can find them just about everywhere. They are disease carriers, unfortunately, and actually in some places raccoons are classified as nuisance animals, and trapping and removal may be regulated. You can always consult your local wildlife laws before interacting with a raccoon to see if you can or can't do it. If you didn't know all this, now you do. Hope you have a great one, y'all. Small little end of video fact here for anyone still watching. These actually can be found in Japan, Germany, and France because they were introduced there and are considered to be invasive. Have a good one, y'all.